What's up, guys? Welcome back to another week of us, another week of Dose of D. You know? So today we're basically just here to tell you guys how our parents reacted to us being together.
And how we told them. But we had Jamaican parents, so we were what, 14?
We were 16.
Oh,
We were
yeah.
16,
Okay.
shorty. Come on. Man.
Anyway, we were 16 and like in a strict Jamaican household, like dating 16
Yeah.
during school.
Yeah, because they want you to focus on your books and everything. Like the only thing that should be on your mind is education,
Right.
and all of that.
So let's just get to it. So I guess I'm gonna start with
Yeah, go ahead.
my story. So we were 16 and he asked me out in December, right? I don't remember exactly when I asked my mom, but I know it was very short after. So maybe like in the upcoming 2 to 3 months, maybe. Because I was scared that she was gonna find out on her own. Like, how would she find out? I don't know, but my mom's not stupid. Like, she gonna see me either up late at night or smiling too much. Well, not too much, but
Yeah, a lot,
All right.
I'm funny,
Okay. Okay. So my story's real dry. I texted her one day and I was just like, hey, can I have a boyfriend? And she said something like, what do you mean? And I'm like, can I have a boyfriend? And she's like, yeah, okay. And I was just like, okay. And then I don't remember, like, she probably did ask me about it, like, when she got home, like, oh, there's somebody who like you. And I was just like, yeah. And that was it. Now, my family, that was a little different story. I didn't really tell them much more. They found out at graduation. So we went through our whole graduation. We didn't really talk. We didn't really look at each other, nothing. We chilling, taking pictures at the end of graduation. I'm like all the way over here and he's all the way over there. I didn't look for him. I didn't do...
Wait, but didn't they call me over? Was it them
No,
calling
they
me over, or
didn't.
was it
Nobody
you?
called you over. His friend walked past him. Somehow he ended up behind me, and his friend pointed out like, "Oh, Diamond's behind you. Do you want to take a picture with her?" And Devon like quietly walks up, and he's like, "Hey, like, can we take a picture?"
Yeah.
And then my aunt, she instantly knew what it was. She was like, "Who's that? Who wants to take a picture with you?" And I was like, "Oh, it's just a friend." Like,
And then she was giving me the death stare, like,
bro, I was just like,
You
it's
know,
just
like-
a friend. I was like, it's just a friend. Don't worry about it. It's nothing. Blah blah blah. Mind you, she knew. She asked me for, I want to say, at least another year and a half after that before I finally admitted, like, okay, that's my boyfriend. Leave me alone. But she used to call him Mr. Clara Barton. She'd be like, who's that? Remember that boy that took that picture with you? Mr. Clara Barton? Who is that? Mr. Clara Barton. I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. I left everybody in high school. I didn't bring anybody with me.
So basically, she wasn't really claiming me. So
I did it. And then when I finally told her, she was like, I thought you left him in high school. You lying. And then she officially met him and everybody met him. And they were like, oh, now what's your name? So they didn't know his name for a while. He was Mr. Cloud Barton. And then I guess I should show you guys what we look like. I'll just insert the picture right now. Now, his story's wild.
I mean, it's not wild, you know what I mean?
It's long.
But like she said, with being raised by strict Jamaican parents, I was scared out of my mind. All right, so
Tell them how scared you. Tell them what you thought would happen to you.
all right, so I was 16. You feel me? And then like my dad, my mom, he was always like, oh, focus on school, focus. Your only girlfriend's supposed to be a book, and all of that, right? So I'm so I'm like, all right, then I'm not supposed to have a girlfriend, but I like this girl. You know what I mean?
But look at
So
me.
I was like, all right, look, I'm just gonna do this without really thinking. You know, I'll figure it out afterwards. So I asked her out, and then after that, it was just like, all right, what now? So basically, I've been hiding her for like 2 years.
Was it? It wasn't more?
Maybe, you know.
I think it was more than, like, no.
2.5.
Hiding me
you
in
know.
the sense that I don't think.
Yeah, like I wasn't really hiding her, like not bringing her around and stuff like that. But I was hiding the title. But anyways, where was I in the story?
You hid me for 2 years.
Right.
Or more.
So I had her for like 2 to 4 years, maybe. Right? I don't know. Like 2 to.
That's a little. It wasn't 4 years.
All right, 2 to 3. 2.5.
All right, just okay. We'll figure that out later.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So basically, the reason I hit her is because I strongly felt like my parents were gonna kick me out if I told them that I have a girlfriend. You know, a little 16-year-old skinny me. So I was like, nah, yo. And then you know, I'm explaining that to her, and then of course she's like, yo, you know, you being ridiculous, all of that. You know, tell them.
My man said, if I tell them, they're gonna kick me out, and I'm not gonna have anywhere to live. And I was like, Derval, your parents are not gonna kick you out at 16 because you have a girlfriend. And he was like, nah, you don't know them. They're gonna kick me out. They don't care. Like, they're gonna kick me out. They're tough. And I'm like,
at one point I was there thinking about, yo, where I was gonna live.
Yeah, he's
you know
so
I mean?
dramatic.
Like, I was like, yo, where I'm gonna live? I'll probably have to move into a hut. Like, I don't know. Right? But
wait, just think about it. My parents won't approve me to have a girlfriend, so they're gonna kick me out so I can go live with my girlfriend. What?
Nah. So the funny thing with all of that is, like, it was already kind of hard to hide the fact that that, you know, I was with her. Because, you know, like I said before in the other video, back then I didn't have a phone. I would have to talk to her through Facebook Messenger or the house phone. So now, you know, the house phone would just be ringing. And then, you know, it's always for me.
I didn't call. Did I call you?
Yeah, you call me on the house phone. And I remember sometimes you pick up and it's my mom. Anyways.
Yikes.
So we'll be talking on the house phone for like hours, you know, late at night, cuffing, all of that shit.
Sleeping.
Right.
On the phone.
But the thing with my house phone, right, is you could tell when someone's on it because it has like a little, like it lights up whenever someone's on it. So when they pass by, you know, they pass by the phone and they see it light up and they don't see the phone, like, you know.
It means they're all hiding under the covers.
Yeah. Basically, like I'm whispering, I'm like, you know, as soon as they come out the room, I'm like, yo, hold on. But yeah, so it was always kind of hard to hide. And then, you know, as the years go by, Diamond, she would, you know, like she would always bring it up.
I came around as a friend. Well,
no, it's not even that. But like she would always bring it up, and she's like, yo, you know, when you gonna tell me about your parents? Like she felt like a little side piece, you know. So she was like, yo, tell me about your parents, blah blah blah.
Tell your parents about me.
Yeah, tell your parents about me. And I was like, yeah, you know, soon. So I'm gonna say maybe around like 16. I'm gonna say around like 19, 18. I think I was around like 18. I finally went to them, and of course I'm nervous as hell. So I'm like, hey, you know, pops, mom, you know, got something to talk to you about. And then my pops got up. He was like, what you want to talk to me about? And then I was like, hey, you know, you know Diamond? And he said, yeah. And then he was smiling. Meanwhile, my mom is just over there in the corner, like, you know, like she, like
nah,
she's
that's
waiting.
really how
She's just looking at me like.
That's really how she be looking.
I'm like, yeah, you know, as soon as I said I wanted to talk to you about Diamond, so I said, you know, Diamond, you know, me and her, like, you know, we're more than just friends, you know. And then my dad is just over there, like, just smiling, like, just straight smiling. And then my mom is like the one asking the question, and she's like, what you mean just friends? Like, what that mean? And I'm like, you know, like we're together.
You know, Caribbeans, they girlfriend, boyfriend are not a word. That's your little friend.
Yeah,
okay?
your friend.
That's your
right?
friend. up to now, my grandma will talk about him. How's your friend?
Like,
Like,
goddamn, so we've been
grandma, come on. She'd be like, your friend, Devon, how's your friend?
Yeah. So I'm talking to her, and I'm like, yeah, you know, we're together. How on it together? And then I'm like, she's my girlfriend, and she's like, girlfriend. Okay.
Yeah, that's
And then
really how
pops-
she looked. Like
And then
that same thing.
And then my pops was just like cheesing in the back, like he had his glasses on. So he was like, he was reading too. He was just like cheesing, and he's like, well, you know, you're old enough, and we knew. We were just waiting for you to tell us. And I'm like, oh, wow, you know. So that was that. I was happy. I was excited. I went to the house phone and called her, and I was like, yo, I just did it, blah, blah, blah.
Corny.
And, yeah, and then it's been great, you know?
Yeah. Obviously, as you guys can tell, our families are super different because I don't know how soon he started coming to my house, but
Oh, yeah.
after I told After I told my mom, I think he was at my house like damn near
On a
every
regular.
day. Like, and I stay at my house every day. First, it used to go like, oh, hey, can he come over? And it's like, yeah, sure. Then it would just be they come home, like my parents would come home and he's there. Like, if he's not there, it's like, oh, where he at? Or he'd be there, I would fall asleep, and then he'd go home after the fact.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, during this time, his parents didn't know we were together for a while.
No, they didn't. So during that time,
Just
like,
lie.
yeah, I would lie a lot.
He
It was
would
sad.
lie. He would not answer phone calls.
It was sad.
And
man.
it was just like,
My mom was calling me like, oh, Shamar, where it is? And I'm like, oh,
That's
you know,
him.
I'm still at school, after school, son.
right,
You know,
the whole time we at home
Yeah,
watching TV,
yeah, basically.
doing nothing.
Sneaking around.
Right.
On my end, at least.
Right. Also, I used to be so scared of his mother. He would describe his parents as like, I don't know, like, because he was scared to get kicked out. So I'm like, yo, if they would kick their own child out of the house, what are they gonna, like, what? Where do I stand? So the first time I think I saw them, like, in general, was senior year of high school. We were in this program, and we had to go to this gala because we both, like, won an award. And both his parents came. Like, I swear to y'all, I feel like his mother just, like, was staring in my soul. Like, the room was huge. Huge. What are you doing?
I see that.
And we would be on the exact opposite side of his mother. And no matter when I turn or where I'm at, what I'm doing, I swear she was staring at me. I was scared of her for so long just because I just be like, nah, bro. I was like, I can't. And then I think the first time I met her, I was waiting for him downstairs and I had to use the bathroom. And he's like, oh, like, come upstairs, just use the bathroom and they'll meet you. Of course, he opened the door and his mother's at the door. And she goes, oh, this is Diamond that he keeps going out with. And I'm like, hi, like, that's me, like, hi. And she's like, yeah, because every time I talk to him, he's going out with Diamond, like Diamond this and Diamond that. I'm just like, okay. And then I knew she knew something because she like, does your mother know that you guys go out a lot too? And I'm just like, yeah, like, but I was just like, I really just have to use the bathroom. Like, let me just go in, get out, because I was shook.
Nah, you know what's the thing too? Because I was just about to say, I feel like on that day, that's when they figured out that we were together. But I think it was actually, my dad went to my school one day, and then Diamond, her and the security guard, like, they were mad
That's a
cool.
story for a whole nother day.
Is it?
That's a whole nother day. Yes.
All right, we'll leave it at that.
That's a whole nother day. But Barton was trying to get us, okay? They didn't want to see us live to see another day. They was out for us.
Thanks.
But
Anyways,
that's
we'll
our
leave it at
story. And we'll be back next week to let y'all in on some other stuff.
that. Yeah.
But still, if y'all only want to hear about me,
Yo, get out of here, son. Yo.